So we are at our second corner and this is the whole display. So the main beauty is, I showed you the last display, both of these could be easily be made at home. So in this we have done nothing, we have just painted, we just took how the normal cement is, mixed it with water, a little bit of Dr. Fix-It, and we just put it and we're done. And then we have put actually the wooden slabs. So this could be replaced by almost anything. So that's one. I'm planning to make tutorial videos on making a really good looking perfume shelf. So next one is Rasasi Wow Woody. Now these are pretty much uncategorized. We just got done with our alternative. We are moving to our designer and niche section, but this one I do wanted to cover because this goes with the whole look and feel of the store. And this one at first go, I would say this is an absolutely woody fragrance. If you're looking for something woody for summers, this has those fresh elements to it. Coming to what it smells like, this is very much dominant on ISO, E-Super and Vetiver. So this at the first sniff reminds me of Lalique Anchor Noir. This is Lalique Anchor Noir, or I would say this is Lalique Anchor Noir Sport, because this has got the fresh elements to it as well. And this is equally good quality, I would say, because this is coming as a cheapie from Middle Eastern country, while Lalique is a French house. Though MRP side, Lalique is much higher. For 2000, 100 ml bottle like this, quality like Lalique, or even I would say a notch better, I mean, this is absolute worth it. Rasasi Wow Woody, that's our first fragrance on this segment. Second fragrance is actually a blast from the past. I used to have a vintage bottle, lot of vintage bottles of this one. I mean, when I'm saying lot of means 100 and plus. This is Jacomo Silences Black. Have a look at it. So this is a new bottle, this is a new version. I just ordered it looking at the name because I've tried the vintage versions of it, which is very green, mossy, and smells like Chanel number 19, that to the vintage editions. Let's see how the new one is. So the new one is like new Chanel 19, simple, because that used to be like very mossy. Well, this is very green, aldehyde green, what they say. But this has still got resemblance to Chanel number 19, and people who dig the mossy fragrances, oak moss based fragrances, green fragrances, tobacco fragrances, this is for them too. I'm meaning the older guys, who are older in the game, they would dig this juice. This is Giacomo Silences Black. This is going for around 2500 right now. Earlier it used to be, yeah, around 2000 or so. So next is a hidden gem alert. This is called Rasasi Busena. I waited for this for 6 months to get this because I tried it at Rasasi store. If you go rewind 10 episodes back, I've covered the Rasasi store in one of my Project Perfumery Dubai videos. So during that shoot I found this gem, but apparently they didn't have the stock. So I have to wait for the stock for a good 6 months. And I came up with this. So now this is actually a feminine fragrance targeted for women, but women of Middle East who again wear very strong perfume. So this is actually peach and tuberose. Peach and tuberose, and tuberose it's kind of masculine to me. I never categorize tuberose into feminine because one of the most masculine fragrances, Memo, Marfa, different company, Agite, these all are masculine. So you know they all have tuberose. So this gives that touch of masculinity along with the peach vibe. So ideal for men and women both, and extremely long lasting, 2500, 3000 for this one, and a rare one. So this is Busena by Rasasi. Third one on this segment. So these are the fragrances I wanted to talk about, but I never got to categorize them. Now let's move on to our main section that is here. We'll start from that side. Okay, so we are starting from, I'm just showing you what we have here. We have Olfactive Studios, we have Nasamato, Frank Boslet, Gritty, one of those, Bond number 9, and Eccentric Molecule, and our today's content. Today's content is also here. So we'll start from the cheapest one. These are the 80s powerhouses, the brands which are lost with time, and these amazing fragrances which today's not many people look after it, but these have been top sellers in their time and they're still amazingly good and quite value for money. The first one being Azzaro L'eau. You see this juice? I have sold couple of dozens to my guys who always keep a backup bottle of this. So this is Azzaro Pour Home's tobacco vibe. along with that lemongrass kind of thing, but not like that annoying synthetic lemongrass that you smell almost everywhere. Not that. I'm talking about a very natural, very subtle lemongrass, along with the masculinity of Azzaro Pour Homme that has tobacco to it, that has patchouli to it. This is the golden era of 80s, along with a hint of the modern. I won't say modern era is quite challenging, wood, leather, everything. Sub-modern era of freshies. So this is somewhere between a mix of 80s and 2000s, I would say. So this is Azzaro Pour Homme Blue, available on perfumery.co.in. Go check it out. Next is Bentley For Men Absolute. The only reason this is here, that fragrances which gets discontinued gets popular after that. So there was such fragrance, Gucci Pour Homme 1, the brown bottle with the heavy wooden cap, which was smoky, incensey, and this is 95% close to it, Bentley Pour Homme Absolute. And Bentley has been pulling off some really good fragrances, and this was their second launch, I think. Yeah, first, second, Bentley Intense, Bentley Absolute came around same time. Third one, so second was Bentley, first was Bentley by Bentley, second was Bentley Intense, third was Bentley Absolute, and Intense still remains number 1, and Absolute still remains number 2. So for those powerhouse lovers, so I get a lot of myrrh from the first sniff itself. I get myrrh, incense kind of vibe, and I mean, this in first go, it reminds me of Gucci Pour Homme 1. That being more smoky, this being lesser smoky. So this is Bentley For Men Absolute. This still goes for around 3,000 rupees, and it's a great 80s powerhouse. Next is Versace Man, or simply Man by Versace. Now there is an off-fresh version which is more popular. Versace Pour Homme is separate, which is more popular. But this is for those 80s lovers. It's a discontinued one, and recently I think they did one production, or this came in market, then it again disappeared. So from that time I picked it up. So this still has that slight wood cut, how the fresh cut wood is when you enter into a furniture factory. I'm not talking about the furniture shop. How you get that pencil shavings, you get that vibe along with fresh elements to it. While the off-fresh version is even more fresher and added rose to it. I mean, I still dig this scent, and it's not at all offensive. It's not going to offend anybody standing next to you. I mean, you talk about alternatives, 3 sprays and it goes boom. This is not like that. This is more of an office scent. It's more someone who wants his present more than his scents present. It's for them. So moving on is here. Wherever I go, I have to, I'm selling scents. I'm mostly selling scents, making scents. So my scent had to be predominant. So I rarely get to wear these guys, but I mean, I can definitely talk about them. Next is, this is actually why I got this one here. Somebody today on the channel asked about Hererra For Men. So that reminded me why, the sales are almost nil for these, and why not let's, make a video and tell people how great these scents are and Lost with Time. So I would say I would categorize into similar genre to Versace Man, though they might be different scents, but the occasion wise, the wearing wise, I would put it on the same. This is another least stock. I haven't given a wearing to it. This is Hererra For Men. If you guys have used this before and want to revisit, you won't get better time, because this is something which we don't have regularly in stock. Next is Roca's Moustache. A pretty heavy bottle. Roca's, as if you watch my videos, has played a significant role in my journey, because that is where I got in touch with so many frag heads by stocking. When I started to sell Roca's, I pick up a discontinued lot, and this is actually a new production. This is Moustache by Roca's. Some people already compared it with YSL's Tuxedo Noir Patchouli, Epices Patchouli, and that's a patchouli dominant scent, and this is also patchouli dominant scent. I would say this is close to it, but YSL Tuxedo is much better and refined. We have a Tuxedo version in alternative, so I given it side by side comparison. That is much more richer, deeper, thicker. It has more naturalness to it, while this is equivalently good version, but that might go 10 hours, this might go 8 hours kind of. Otherwise it's got the same DNA. If you are 80s powerhouse lovers, you are a fan of this house Rochas, a heavy bottle Moustache, go for it. This is not the old version of Moustache, this is the new version of Moustache, which is very woody, heavy on patchouli and heavy on bottle too, and this costs around 5,000 as of now. Right, moving on, we are moving to another powerhouse. This is called Krizia Uomo. Krizia Uomo, another gem in my library. I mean, whatever happens, I always tend to have this bottle. I've picked up for as much as 5,000 rupees, and right now I'm selling it at 3,000 rupees because I got a better quantity at better price. So if in one word I have to define this scent, Krizia Uomo, I would say one-man show on steroids, or niche version of one-man show. One-man show has been legendary fragrance. If you YouTube search for one-man show perfume review, you would find over 100 results. It's been that popular. I mean, after the Brute era, there came the one-man show era. And this was lost in between. This is actually the same, but made this actually 10-12 year old bottle, because I have a couple of them and it's on website as well for sale. So if you love one man show and you're not happy with the performance, or you find it too harsh, too synthetic, Krizia Uomo is the one for you. Still, if you love that particular genre of soapy, strong, tobacco-ish scents, Krizia Uomo should be on your list. This is done next. This is Absolute Love. This is called Bois, Portugal by Creed. Now, people talk about Aventus, people talk about Green Irish Tweed, Millesime Imperial. I've rarely seen anyone talking about this. This is absolute gentleman scent. And I mean, it's that moss. You are at, for example, you're at some beachside area, but you're exactly not at the beach. You go into the hilly beachside area in the hills where it's very tropical kind, and you find moss on the rock. This smells like that particular moss. Bois de Portugal, and at the same time it has got that woody, tobacco, mature kind of vibe to it, and it's all covered into Creed signature ambergris. So imagine the creamy moss kind of vibe you get, and I absolutely love it. It's so delightful. I mean, while doing the video, seriously, I sniff and it becomes so, I mean, that happy kind of scent it has got, and very natural green happy vibe to it. It's Bois de Portugal, though cost wise this is good 16,000 for 100 ml, and we don't have an equivalently good alternative, but definitely we are working on one, so we'll keep you posted. Maybe by winters we should have that hitting. This is Creed Bois de Portugal, one of another classics. Okay, this is a cheapie. We are ending the video with a cheapie. This is called Masculin to Black Instant. What's the story behind it? Now, there was an old man, not old man, but I would say in his 70s. Yeah. So he was actually, he still is, assistant of some big shot lawyer or someone, and somebody posted him a pic that, you know, sir needs this particular perfume, and he was searching around this perfume everywhere in Ahmedabad, and even online he couldn't find it, and he came to me. And as you know, whoever comes to us with that kind of request, we take it up as a challenge. We try our best, even it takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes 6 months, but we try to get the scent anyhow. So same thing happened. He came up with this picture. He said, I want 2 bottles of it, but said it's pretty cheap. This is going for $9.99 right now. So getting to, so I said, I'll get 12, I'll give 2 to you, rest I'll put it for my website. That is how I got to stock this perfume. And now every 2-3 months, he gets requests from Delhi that this perfume is available in this particular store in Ahmedabad, get it. And people come and buy 3 bottles of it, 6 bottles of it for the entire circle of that particular circle of lawyers in Delhi. So this is the story behind it. And when I got it, of course, I had to sniff it. Then at first go, it didn't, I mean, this was quite cheap for $9.99. This 125 ml bottle, 112 ml bottle is like, I mean, it's a gem of a scent. It's a gem of a scent. You go sniff Finnegan's, you go sniff those big shot houses, Joe Malone, and you have exact same vibe. This is such a good use of tobacco with citruses. It's an aromatic fissure in true sense. You talk about aromatic fissure, this is like, I would say, purely aromatic fissure. It's meant to last for 5-6 hours, linger around you, do not dominate the environment too much, keep you uplifted. This is what it is. Masculine to black indents. Again, we have it with us, and for $9.99, 120 ml, great deal. So we are ending this video. I just toured you the entire new look of, final look of perfumery, the store or Ministry of Niche in Ahmedabad. If you guys are in Ahmedabad, come here, check it out, or you are planning to small stay trip Ahmedabad, do hit us up and walk in. Simple as that. Right guys, see ya. Wait from Project Perfumery India. Check it out.